What's up, guys? Back in the garage. Let's get working on this MR2 and see what we can get into. Alright guys, just real quick, I'm going to show you how I run my how I'm going to run my body harness. You take your side vent off, take your molding off, it has two 10mm nuts on it. Take your molding off there, your little side vent. It has one 10mm and then one just pops off here. Then you want to take off your piece of metal, and then if you just flip this up, you see that hole right there? There's a plug that goes there, which is that plug right there. Just undo that plug, and then from the inside, right over in here, I know you can't really see. Let me get my flashlight, I don't know where it's at. But anyways, if you shine your flashlight down there, you'll be able to see the hole, and you just feed your harness through. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Well guys, I had no luck finding where that led out to, so I just made my own hole. I said, fuck it. I had this hole saw. It's like 2 1/4 inch or something like that. And I said, fuck it. I drilled a hole and I just put some vacuum line around it to protect it. So now let's run. We'll run the body harness out here, and then up and through that wheel well, out, over, and then into the trunk. Alright guys, it's ran up and through there, and if you don't have your OEM gas tank or fuel cell, remove this, and it helps you reach up in there and guide it. Unless you have like a coat hanger or something, or someone that can help, reach their arm back up in there and help feed it through. But mine is all ran through, and man, it makes such a big difference on having anything over there. So, alright, let me finish hooking it up. Alright, so when I left you last, I didn't have the axles, the subframe and all that in. I didn't have the turbo mounted, so now we got the axles in, the subframe mount on. We got the fuel pressure regulator mounted up, the RMS Fab manifold, the Precision 6266. We got the shifter cables on. We got majority of the wiring back here ran. I just got to hook up my ECU and my flex fuel sensor. So before we do that, I need to build a bracket over here for this quick disconnect mount, so it can be mounted and not just hang there. But this is a private spec engine harness, and let's get that thing hooked up. So guys, while I'm making that bracket for the engine harness, check out Dre's Racing. His YouTube channel is pretty sick. He is building a nice badass MR2 as well. I'll show you this little short clip of his stuff, and I'll be right back.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back. Today, I ended up getting some shit done that I was supposed to the other day. I didn't, so now I'm gonna show y'all what I did. So I ended up getting the bolts, nuts and bolts, and gotten the exhaust manifold in there. That's in. I gotten the nuts and bolts for the intake manifold, which I already had. I got them in there though. I had to cut the bottom ones a little bit because the bottom ones were a little bit long here, so I cut them so they don't hit the other ports for the other injectors. So you can run 8 injectors on this intake manifold, but I'm only going to run 4. Yeah, so we got this in there, got this in there. I already gotten the wire for the starter on. I got the wire for the alternator on. Alternator wire right here. It runs all the way back into the cab here. Alright, for in here, I don't know if y'all remember, but I had some big ass bolts holding this down. I went ahead and got some little dome top hex set bolts. And I just got the nut on the bottom here. Let me adjust this shit. So yeah, so I got that in here. Basically, this is the new fuse box. That's all I need, really. Got all this bolted up on here. This runs from the alternator, and this runs back into the wiring harness right here. So it's all coming together. I'll get this cleaned up right here.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that little short clip of Dre's Racing channel. I'm going to put the link to his YouTube channel in the description. So let's get back to my MR2. Alright guys, there you see it. I got the wiring harness started. I had to stop on that. I ran out of wire for my MIG welder. I got to get that tomorrow. But I got to get under the car now and hook up all them wires. My fuel rail will be here tomorrow. I'm going to put my ID2000s on there. I put my nice valve cover on. So I just need to find the correct bolts for the turbo. Fill this bad boy up with some braking oil that I got. I ended up getting some Lucas 30 braking oil with high zinc. I got 6 quarts of that. I'm gonna put on my gasket and be done for the night. So let me get to that and then I'll be right back. Alright guys, here's where I end for the night. I'm gonna go tomorrow, get some bolts for that. Those are 10 by 1.5. I got my swirl tank hooked up, throttle body's on. The wires are under there, I still haven't ran yet, and as soon as my fuel rod comes tomorrow, I'll be able to hook it up. Now the only thing I'm really debating on is where I'm going to put my boost controller. I'm thinking about putting it like on top of the transmission. That way it's hidden underneath you so you won't see it, or I can put it like right here on the side of the head. So kind of thinking about that, and going to finish that tomorrow as well so I can get some more welding wire, and then pretty much we'll be ready to start this thing up. So alright, until tomorrow. Alright guys, so I got majority of the fuel system done. Actually, I got it all done, really. I got my fuel rail ran, all my lines ran. I got my injectors in with all the plugs on them. As far as the other stuff, I got my turbo hard mounted with the correct size bolts. The wiring harness I still haven't done yet. I started messing with the inside stuff here and got a little sidetracked. I got the ECU hard mounted and all that stuff ran. I got my flex fuel wires ran. So with that being said, I just got my dash 16 lines for the upper coolant hose and a lower coolant hose over there. I got my fittings to weld on the coolant pipes down there and some other just small things. So still waiting on one major thing though. That is the oil cooler and relocation kit for the oil filter. Still waiting on that. So until then I can't start it basically. So that sucks. So I know I was supposed to start my car up on this video, but I'm still waiting on two major things. One is the base map. Derek has been extremely busy and I don't want to rush him. Number two is the oil cooler / relocation kit. I want to run an oil cooler because all the heat build up in the back here with everything being so tight and close together. Still waiting on that. That won't be here till Wednesday. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to start it up until I get that on. So the next week's video will probably be on Thursday or Friday, and then I'll hit you guys up again on Sunday. So hopefully that Thursday or Friday video should be starting. Should be. So keep your fingers crossed for me, and hope UPS ships that stuff fast, and I guess I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Okay, it's rap pack to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling.